What do we got on this side? We got ourselves Team Blue with Barrack playing that enhancement shaman. Nanda coming back as a BM hunter. We got Pantoro going out as a naked Centurion. The Roman. Do as they do in Rome, I guess. We got also Psyche in the back as a Crab Claws and hands, Crab Claws, Windwalker, and Sparticle in there too. It's going to be a stun onto Zap right now by Pantoro. Sparticle is going to pop a wall as his wings coming out of Pantoro. Is he going to actually go for a big damage? Blood of the enemy coming out. Does get some C on Pantoro. He trickles out of it. Going to be a short stun on Pantoro. Does Zachary get enough damage in? Does Zap get enough big bursts out? He's trying to get those Wind Furies. Getting Pantoro super low. He does get himself Shield of Venus. Does he go down? Bubble could be coming out. No, he actually doesn't get a bubble up. Zap actually obliterated the Paladin in a single one-shot. Where was that bubble? This man was thinking, I'm gonna be fine, man. It's just an enhancement shaboy. But this enhancement shaboy came in, he saw, he conquered. Literally. I thought the Romans were supposed to do that. Next is gonna be Nanda. Is he gonna give him that honor duel? I think he's trying to go for the honor duel, man. He's trying to be like, yeah, what's up? You got double wolves. Oh, going for that camo. So this is where the duel begins. He sees another wolf. He sees Zap and Ghost Wolf. He's like, I'm gonna tame that wolf. Oh, he's got the beam mount on Team Red. We got ourselves Boomasaur, we got ourselves Kazoo on the beam mount. We got ourselves Croath, we got ourselves Zachary hanging out as a Fury Warrior. Zap finally getting into play, and it's going to be Crows off the bat by Nanda. He's just trying to make sure he has enough of a kiting potential against Zap. Continuing to shoot out more damage. Kill commands coming out, just the sustained damage. He just obliterating Zap. He might want to find himself some line aside, but he doesn't really want to. Ghost Wolf coming out, got his own Ghost Wolves rolling too. Counter-Strike Totem coming out, is doing some damage to Nanda. Actually, that's quite a good reach towards Nanda, but he's not doing quite enough. That's going to be big bloodlust coming out for Zap, but he does get hit with a freezing trap to follow. He might want to go for a bit of a reset, as Nanda so far has him fairly low health. As long as Nanda can get his own pets to ramp up the auto attack damage, get those skill commands in back to back, Zap just won't be able to survive this for far long. There's going to be more cooldowns coming out of Nanda. As Bestial Wrath does get unlocked. He's popping a wall right here. Going to be Sunder onto Nanda. He trinkets out of that Sunder actually. If Zap could somehow get a stun onto Nanda, he might have a good spot. It's going to be Silence on Zap, however. Won't have a way to heal himself. Trying to get those healing surges back to back over and over. Doesn't have a lot of heals to work with. Used to get himself a massive self-heal rolling if ever possible. Blood of the enemy coming out. Is he going to be able to be at the big one-shot? No, he goes down into that big one-shot as Blood of the enemy was used, but it was used super low on health. Very unlucky. And that's going to be Croath next. Eating that freezing trap in the opener. Nanda sneaking away with that camo on the upper side. Hopefully Croath watched Zap. He's playing a very similar build with the Blood of the enemy. Hopefully he watched Zap and you learned a thing or two. Because he could make it play here, man. And same thing for Barrack. Hopefully he's watching carefully too. Because that was quite a bit of damage out of Zap. Was able to clap out a Paladin in a single Blood of the enemy one shot. You can do it. It is going to be tough, but you can definitely do it. 20 down, we'll see some Dark Irons, right? 2020? Dark Irons are already a thing. What are you talking about? We'll see some Volpera and Mechanomes. Literally. Yeah, literally. We'll actually see both of those, man. Alright, Croath. He is in Ghost Wolf. He's trying to get some resources off of Nando, and he's going to pull the pets back. The Trinket out of the stun, seeing that Nando is going to disengage on top of him. He actually can go and generate resources off of those pets and get himself a little bit of a heal, especially while Nando got his Bestial Wrath rolling. So this is Nando with cooldowns. So Croath could engage Nando right now in combat while he doesn't have any CDs up. So that could be a perfect opportunity. I think that's exactly what he's trying to do. Getting a couple of those Storm Strikes back to back, and as soon as Nando gets any Crows up and running, Croath is going to get some line of sight, not letting Nando ramp up those pets. But Nando is going to reposition himself to another side of the arena. So Croath is going to have to take time while there's some line of sight versus Nando in order to see if he can catch up. Does get himself a little bit of heal. Nando pulling those pets back. Looks like Nando might want to go for a little bit of a re-heal. Does get himself Spirit Man, but might even go for a camo here until he gets a good setup. So for Nando, he wants to go for a bit more sustained damage. Bestial Wrath coming out is going to pop in off that aspect of the wild. Going to be a Blood of the enemy by Croath. And all of them with a dono, my man. That's going to be more succubus, more concentrated flames coming out onto Croath. But he does get a sundering onto Nando. He checks out of it with a sun to Croath. He's just going to take so much damage right now. While available, should use the wall whenever possible. That was his Blood of the enemy. And Sky Fury Totem coming out does use the Warlock Hillstone to maintain himself. And that was Nolden, my man, with a dono. I can see the smile on your face. That the smile. I know 5v5 1v1 Duels are back. What's up, Nolden? How you doing, man? Yo, can we get a hashtag Nolden in chat? Showing appreciation for the one finition, my man. Thank you. Freezing trap to Kruoth as he does get caught out. Nando has him out in the open. If Nando can keep Kruoth out in the open for long enough, he might have a chance here. Is going to have to use disengage offensively to catch up to Kruoth. And he's just going to go for the Ghost Wolf. Just run away as fast as he can. Drops down the Sky Fury. Doesn't get killed. But he's going to have Sky Fury, so he can go for a little bit of self-heal or even offensive damage. 5 minutes in, we are going to start hitting dampening right now. Nando sending the pets back in there. Slows it coming out. And as soon as Kruoth sees himself getting slowed, he's just going to bail out of there for a second. So it's going to take quite a while for Nando before he can land a big kill onto Kruoth. He's actually just went, I think, for either feign death or just went to sleep. Either way. I think there's a freezing trap on around the corner. Has to be. It probably is. He's going to run into it. Yeah, freezing trap. His head gets stuck in a wall. Poor boy. I guess he's getting bored because Kruoth is not letting himself get caught out in the open and let Nando ramp up on the guy. He's not letting it happen. Like all the pets, they don't really do a lot of damage while they're line of sighting the kill commands. And Nando, if he can't get the pets frenzied up with ramps, with a barb shot, he can't really get that much damage out. So Kruoth is just trying to see if he can survive this. Just trying to see if he can make a play. Somehow he's able to get some damage onto Nando though from a distance. Did it have like a dot on the guy or something? And it's going to be wall coming out for Kruoth as Nando got himself some cooldowns running. Kruoth is going to go defensively around the wall. Trinkets out of that stun and Nando is chasing after the guy. That's where Kruoth can maybe set himself up some big blood of the aim. He needs to go for some sort of CC onto Nando. He needs to try to land a capacity totem or something onto Nando. He has to. Does Nando kill the Sky Fury? He doesn't. Kruoth, you got yourself a best setup with that Sky Fury. It's still up and around. I think that's exactly what he's going to want to know. Oh, he cannot catch up. That charge trap slows him down too much and he just cannot get close enough. And Nando's just going to go to the other side of the arena altogether. I think Nando's just getting bored of this, man. I think Nando's just straight up getting a little bit bored of this. So, Sky Fury coming down. Maybe Kruoth finally goes for the damage. Does he have the big blood of the enemy? Could he finally make a play here? Can I catch up to Nando? Ghost Wolf coming out immediately and behind that wall yet again. My dude. Nando's at this point is even just attacking the greater Earth Elemental, man. He's just... Oh my god. Kruoth, my man. Just get in there and do the best damage you can. Just stop running, man. Please, just stop running. Please, for the love of God, just stop running. Sundering onto Nando. You got him to almost half health, man. Stop. No. Get back in there. Just finish him. Blood of the enemy. This way your opportunity comes in. Trinkets out of that stun. Maybe he can go for big damage. The sun is coming out. Does get hit with a silence. Back to that kite. But he's super low in health. Crows are on him. Crows are pecking out his eyes. He might not even have a chance. And he down goes. Oh my god. 10 minutes later, Nando's going for a nap. Kruoth. My boy. 40% dampening though, so these next few duels, next few matches are going to be quick. Not a lot of healing out of Bulbasaur, or actually Nando got quite a bit of healing though. But both of those two are just going to be not a lot of heals coming out of those two compared to that Shaman. You got to give him a break though. He did get a little of healing, but oh my god. I feel like half of you guys are asleep. It's going to be Fear onto the pet immediately, and Bulbasaur is going to land immolates on both of the pets. It's going to be his resource generation. Nando poking out in the open is going to go for feign death as the Fear comes out. Stun onto Bulbasaur. He trinkets out of that stun. It's going to go behind the pillar with a stun and the Cataclysm on both of the pets just to generate even more resources. Fear on one of the pets, so he might go for a drain life. And Nando needs to give himself a Bestial Wrath to break the pet out of a Fear. Nando making sure to have himself line of sight, poking out to get kill commands into Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur not being as mobile as Nando does make it hard. It does land a Fear on a Hunter, but he almost passes behind the pillar. Fear putting himself out in the open with a Casbolt to fall. And Nando does trick it at the end. I think he went for a feign death. That Casbolt never made it out of the hands of Bulbasaur. Does get a wall up and running, but it's going to be Turtle Shell for Nando though. Bulbasaur needs to make a play right now. And that's going to be a freezing trap on the Boom as Nando can get himself a little bit of reheal with that Infernal. I'm pretty sure it's a random Infernal. Pretty sure that's not a summon Infernal, but Boom, is it? It can be. That must be a random. He's sticking around for a while. Was that Bulbasaur's actual Infernal though? Oh my goodness. It might have been. It might have been. He might have popped it as Nando went for a Turtle Shell. This is going to be pets again exchange again. Fear coming out. Nando. Does he have a camo? Look like he had a camo for a second. But maybe he's just so stealthy as a hunter. Going to be Shadow Fury around the corner and Nando disengaging out of that route before he gets hit with a Shadow Fury. That's going to be drained life for Boomasaur as he's trying to do a little bit of recovery. Stunned by Nando. Has the opening for Boomasaur. His health is not really doing that great either. He's going to go for feign death for just a second just to get away from the fear. Silence of the Boomasaur with the crows and actually got lots of damage going over the pet. Is attacking him. Drain lives are coming up on both of those pets, but that's going to be a bestial wrath. Needs to get over there. Let those pets start doing damage. Shadow Fury on both of the pets coming out. Boomasaur is getting frozen for a second. Does Nando have the kill commands here? Horrific coming out on Nando. That's going to be Casable to follow. There's not going to be enough. The Maledic, I think, coming out to Nando. Does he? Yes, it's going to be Maledic, but Boomasaur barely has any health. The pets are attacking him from both corners. That's going to be another stomp by the pets, and Nando taking out Boomasaur. And next up is going to be Kazoo, with Nando having barely any kind of health capability. Actually, Nando went for feign death, and he ended up stunning Psych. You're just going to see that he ended up accidentally stunning him because he went for feign death and he just hit stun and it targeted any random enemy. And that's going to be Kazoo getting a trinket out of that freezing trap. Nando was able to stop gap that Cyclotronic for a second, but now he needs to slow down Kazoo, let the pets do a lot of damage, needs to get himself a self-heal rolling as well. At 56% damage, this is going to be rough, but with Demon Hunter, he's eager to get right next to Nando. He doesn't want to stay far away. He doesn't want to line his side. He wants to get in there and fight, and that's going to be a stun. Perfect opportunity for Nando. Gets himself a little bit of a heal. Metamorphosis is coming out, and Nando is going to get cleaved by that I-beam. Trying to see if he can do anything to Kazoo, but he does take him out as a massive Demon Hunter, and it looks like up next is going to be Barrack. Because they're just approaching to get a, I think a slash sorry to Psych. He's like, oh, my bad, dude. I didn't mean to stun you. War Stomp coming out for Barrack. Does Barrack learn from all the other enhancement shamans here on how to do this? Gonna get a wall a little bit early. It's gonna be Capacitor Totem coming down. Kazoo does get in with a Capacitor. That's gonna be a perfect opportunity for Barrack to maybe get some damage going while the wall is up and running. Blood of the enemy coming out with a big old Bloodlust. Darkness coming in for Kazoo. Is that gonna be able to keep him alive? That's gonna be Counter Strike Totem. Does end up killing that Counter Strike Totem and still has sentence damage coming out for Barrack. Try to clap out those massive wind rushes in there. Wind strikes are doing damage. Cleaving right there. Kazoo stun onto Barrack. Does he live through the stun after? Does get cleaved through Annihilates. Back to back, man. These shamans are just not having an easy time at all. And Psych is going to get hit with a stun immediately by Kazoo. He's getting in there with all the images. Does go for a Whirling Dragon Punch maybe a little bit early. I think every one of his images missed it too. But this man is still at it. Going to get an interrupt onto Kazoo. That's going to be his Underraw Trinket proccing right now. Get himself a pretty big heal at 64% dampener. And Psych needs to again to finally line up onto Kazoo. Needs to get a full stun. Kazoo doesn't have a trinket, but actually might not even need a stun. It's going to be Fist of Fury to take him down. Why is health super low? Zachary landing an intercept onto Psych before he got himself any kind of line of sight, and Zachary needs to go for the most amount of damage he's got right now. Going to be poured by Psych and Vivify Spam, but that Vivify Spam is going to be so ineffective at this point. That's going to be Ring of Peace to keep Zachary at bay. He does Blaze Storm out of it. That's some catch-and plays right here, but Psych does get to move all the way to the other side of the pillar. Going for that Mage Foot immediately, trying to at least get himself a little bit of a heal. He realizes that he won't be able to do with Zachary. At least get himself the chi usable, let's generate some chi that he might be able to use in order to kill Zachary. Fist of Fury coming down. Zachary cannot stop the Fist of Fury for a second. That's going to be a Stormbolt after that Fear. He might be able to adversary. He does actually land and execute onto Psych right before the touch of that tick. And Spart is the last man left. This was the longest duel in such a long while. This was, oh my god, dude. This was such a long set of duels in such a long while. This was almost 20 minutes. Oh my god. It's the shamans, dude. I feel bad for the shamans. They're trying their hardest. But one of the shamans is not Zab, the other shaman. I forget his name. Kure or something? Yeah, that was rough. Sparta's gonna get a blink past Zachary. I don't know what a Fury Warrior can do. I guess a Arcane Mage at this point. Zachary's gonna use a Crucible Flame offensively onto Spart with a Stormbolt to follow. Does he? Oh, it's Trinket coming out for Spart. He actually is going to be out of a trinket for a while. Getting the temporal up a little bit early. Zachary is going to be able to get some damage on him, but Spart's just shredding through him with all the arcane damage. Oh my god. Spart, what trait do you run, by the way? Do you run that, I think Spart runs as a mage. Do they run Conflict and Strife as their essence? Or is that Crucible? I think Crucible would be really, really good. Dustin Dampen was that high to go. Shaka did. Has to play 80% damp. Yeah, I feel you, dude. I feel you. Zachary does get himself commanding shot for a second. Another Stormbolt, and the Spart doesn't have a charge to follow with it, though. But that's going to be Enrage Regeneration for Zachary right now. Getting hit with a root into a Maledic right now by Sparticle. Doesn't have any answer here. Even any kind of healing he gets shredded by Spart in the end. Very well played. Nando with a big old 3 kills, man. He ended up earning those kills. Went through 5 million damage. Jesus, boys. Yeah, rest in peace, shamans, man. I love me some shamans, man, but that was the first time I've seen a shaman. Oh, Jesus Christ.